This is our friend's house, and they've hired us to transform their main living spaces.
We started by demoing the kitchen and building custom cabinets. Then we moved on to arching a couple of doorways and adding an arch detail to the built-ins around the fireplace. And this week, we will be totally changing up the look of this fireplace, and it's a project I am really excited about.
So welcome to the adventures of my DIY wife and her non-handy husband.
Before we get started, we want to say thank you to Filterbuy for sponsoring this portion of the video. Filterbuy is a direct-to-consumer company offering over 600 different air filter sizes. They work with customers to find the fit for their needs and even have a team dedicated to making custom air filters of any size. It's recommended that you replace your air filters every 3 months, and during renovations it gets so dusty, and I usually go ahead and replace them as soon as we finish all of the work. Filterbuy offers affordable quality replacement air filters that are made in America. You can take the hassle out of replacing your air filters by subscribing to have your filters automatically sent to you when you need to change your filter. Plus, at Filterbuy, you always get free shipping. You can shop Filterbuy today by checking out the link in the description. Thanks to Filterbuy for sponsoring that part of our video. If you saw last week's video, you saw us take the first steps in transforming this feature wall in the living room. This week, we plan to take the next step towards the final vision for this space and stucco over their existing brick fireplace. Step 1 in this project was to remove the existing old trim and mantle. Like a lot of things in this house, whoever built this mantle did not intend for it to ever be removed, and so the only way to remove it was to break it apart piece by piece.
Wow, we've never had a live audience before for the show. This is amazing.
Don't do it the simple way. That's how you do it. Live audience.
We actually pulled all of this trim off after working on the built-ins all day, and so after we finished, we called it a day and sat on the couches with our friends to admire our work. Alright, today we are going to get started on resurfacing the fireplace, but first we need to go to Lowe's and get materials. I decided to use stucco for the fireplace, and so I grabbed Dean's help to get the bags because they were really heavy and really messy. We grabbed 3 bags of Quick Creek's base coat stucco mix and 2 bags of the finish coat mix. Alright, we got all the materials we need and we're ready to head over there and get started. Once we had everything we needed and went over the general plans with our friends, we were ready to get started.
What do you think about the stucco fireplace? You excited?
Right.
That looks like a yes.
The first thing I had to do was cut off these bolts from the old mantle.
Oh, it's hot. Yes. Got it. One down.
Hey, you want to know something? It's
What?
official. I thought some of the other sounds were really annoying. That Whoa.
Last night my plan was to use these bolts to attach the board for the mantle that we're gonna then stucco over, but I forgot that I banged up those bolts and now the threads are all smashed and don't work, and so we cut those off. We're gonna run back to Lowe's. It's not a very efficient start to our day.
That's what I wanted to hear. Let's go back to Lowe's. You sure do walk fast.
Once we got back with the masonry screws, we were ready to finally make progress on this project. My plan was to add a piece for the mantle that I could then stucco over, and so the next step was to cut down a 4x4 and attach it to the fireplace. I used a large drill bit to drill about halfway through my board so I could countersink the screws pretty far into the 4x4, and then I marked on the brick where I needed to drill my pilot holes with a masonry bit. And once I had the holes drilled into the brick, it was time to attach the 4x4 to the fireplace and double check that it was still level. It's worth noting here that our friends actually gave the entire fireplace a really good scrubbing last night so that it could be dry and ready for us to get started today. After vacuuming up all the new dust I made from putting on the mantle and masking off the area around the fireplace, I was finally ready to add a bonding coat.
Hey, what happened here?
I decided to paint it pink.
Did you film it?
I filmed part of it and then I paused it and I forgot to hit record again.
I think this is the third time in a row that when I've left and asked you to film, you just... Hey, what are you doing?
I'm not a very good YouTuber. I don't film things.
Alright, you're back. Did you film yourself in Lowe's like I asked? What kind of amateur are you?
I'm not a filmer and I'm not a social media person. I just dusted it after having to make some holes in it and then covered the entire thing in this plaster weld. It's a bonding agent that will help the stucco to stick so it doesn't all flake and peel off later. Looks really awesome right now.
Yeah, wow, it looks incredible. Alright, where to next?
I need handsome helping hands to help me get the really heavy bags of stucco. Basically, the plan is 2 kinds of stucco, and I'm gonna use one kind for the base coat. That'll probably look a bit like cement, and then you do your finish coat after that. That's where I'm gonna smooth it out. But I need your strong muscles to go get this out of the car for me.
Okay. Which bag do you want me to get?
Not the ones that are on top. Oh, shoot.
Come on, baby doll. These are the 900-pound bags?
Yeah.
Don't be showing them my glutes. Glutes are only for you, darling. Dude, look at these plumerias.
They're so pretty.
They're beautiful. Take about a year. Hard to know when I'm half it out.
After mixing up the base coat of stucco mix, I was ready to start applying the first coat to the fireplace. I used some basic stucco tools to apply the first coat, and I will be sure to link all of the tools and products that I'm using in the description of the video. There is definitely a pretty big learning curve in applying stucco like this, and it is way harder than it looks in all of the tutorial videos that I watched.
You're messy. Hey, it's a Tony! Bob Ross, what are we painting today?
Happy little trees.
After I finished applying the first batch of stucco, we went outside to mix up more, and I had to grab Dean's help to carry the bucket inside because it was really heavy.
Come on, man!
Fireplace. I continued the same process around the mantle and the lower portion of the fireplace, but don't let this time lapse fool you because this took a really long time and was incredibly difficult. So after a long day of hard work, I finally finished the base coat and was ready to call it quits for the day.
Look who's back in business today.
Ooh, it's hot out here.
You look super energized for another day of fireplace work.
I'm sore. I don't know how my arm's gonna hold up today.
You
That was
got
hard work. But I'm also excited to see the actual white coat of stucco go on. It's gonna look good.
You got this.
We started by doing a quick dusting off of the fireplace and then loaded up a couple of bags of finished coat to bring to the backyard for mixing.
Gosh, so awkward. It's like that toddler who noodles into his car seat and won't let you buckle in.
Good job, babe.
I love that sound.
Alright, so we got that first coat of stucco done yesterday. Today we're going to be working on the finish coat. So it's actually going to be white, which is exciting because we're going to really get to see like what it's going to look like. And we'll see. Hopefully one coat of this is enough. We might need two.
Dude, what was that? Tell me when, darling. It's a lot of flour.
I'm making a big batch of cookies just for you.
Thanks.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Don't breathe. Oh babe, it's all pouring out. Get a breath. Get a breath. Yeah.
And some helping hands.
You are so strong. After mixing up a batch of the finished coat, I started the lengthy process of applying the final coat of stucco to this fireplace. Even though this fireplace was a lot more work than I anticipated, it was 100% worth it because it is starting to look so good and is one step closer to that final vision that I have for this space.
Well, incredible job on this fireplace as usual, and I think anyone watching this channel for any length of time knows that Andrea has no aversion to hard work, but you definitely put in the hard work on this one, and it's coming out so beautiful.
Yeah, that was a lot of work. It got better. I feel like the second day I nailed the consistency on the stucco, and it was a little bit easier doing the second coat because I had a smoother surface, but it is looking so good, and it really fits the style of what their family likes. And again, that's what, when you see us do these projects, that's really what we're honing in on, is what does the client or the family or whoever space it is, what do they like? So this is looking awesome, and it really fits what we're going for.
We hope you're enjoying going along for the ride, and next week we're gonna get into some big stuff, and that is painting. And so this space is really gonna start to be transformed visually as the new paint goes on in the kitchen and in the living room, and we are really excited about some of the big changes and progress that are coming up, so don't miss the next episode.
What happens when we go to Lowe's, babe? All the employees that are like over 40 who have been working there for a while know my name.
We're like, oh, hey, you're back.
They're like, what are you working on today? We're so tired.
We're very tired.
Should we tell them? What day is it? I don't even know.
We don't even know anymore.
We had a whole week of sickness, of being stuck home, all in one house, all together.
So then we had a week of sickness, and then the next week we're really behind on work. And so we're pushing, and our bodies are tired. And then we start this week, and a new round of sickness is going around our family.
Stomach bug this time.
Lord have mercy on my soul.
We're like, can we get a break?
So we are hoping to get through these couple weeks, get our bodies back on track, get the video editing side of things back on track, and go to Florida for a little vacation. So we hope your family is faring better than ours has over the last 3 weeks, and get some rest, and we'll catch you soon, very soon.
Maybe not next week.
Maybe not next week.
Whoops.